So this bottle, the collaboration, is Black Button and O'Bailey's Distillery. O'Begley's, nailed it. So if you haven't, what we should do is take a picture of this, is look at his handwriting. Your handwriting is annoyingly neat. We got a sip. Is annoyingly neat.
It's not even that...
so good.
It is very good. It's not even that neat. It's just on, like, an italics angle.
Why?
I don't know. That's just how I tilt the book and write at the same time.
Yeah. No one I know else does that.
I actually have a weird bump, just side note, on my middle finger where I hold the pen. And I'm pretty sure this bump just came out of nowhere because of how hard I used to write or hold the pencil when I was a kid.
Did the nuns smack your knuckles?
No, I did not go to a Catholic school. But it's an actual bump on here, and I would break pencils when I was younger because I would grip them so tight, and my pens would have a curve into them because the way that I was gripping it, it was so tight. Anyway, sorry, side note, go for it.
Wow.
Yeah. No more questions
phenomenal.
needed for that.
No, it's fine. I'm all about that. So anyways...
Just an angry person, I guess.
Yeah, you're trying to rip the paper with the ballpoint.
Yeah.
So, these two distilleries collaborated, got together, hence the name Collaboration Whiskey.
Yep.
Pretty smart. It's hand-selected barrels from both distilleries. So, they pick their best barrels, and then Black Button picked their best, and then their head distillers nerded out and came up with this phenomenal tasting whiskey.
Absolutely.
So they blended it together, and it remained in wooden caskets, or casks, not caskets. Wow. That was because there was a funeral on the way here,
oh, really?
So that's where my brain
Well,
went.
that's also because of our episode coming up on November 1st. He cleverly named them caskets, which you'll hear about them.
Oh, yeah, that's
But,
right.
Yeah,
He
so
did.
it's brainwashed into you. They're caskets for now on. We can just call them caskets.
Perfect. We're going to roll it. That's our new theme.
Absolutely.
Theme
Perfect.
for this episode
caskets.
is death.
Yeah.
We also
oh,
have
okay,
to talk
wow.
about that article,
wow.
dude.
Yeah, true. Good point.
Because somebody drove behind a log truck,
Yeah.
and then it went through their windshield.
Like we were just talking about last week.
So we got to talk
Dude,
about
that's
that.
scary. Yeah, we'll talk.
Of course it's scary. So anyways,
Hopefully
all
you
right.
did research on it, 'cause I didn't.
I just know it was in Georgia.
Okay, good.
So it was...
Everything happens in Georgia.
Everything. So, all right.
There goes all those listeners.
So this whiskey is 30% 4-grain bourbon.
Which is the Black Button Blue Bottle.
Perfect. And 70% Irish-style all-malt whiskey.
Which is O'Begley's bottle that they have. So they took the 4-grain. I'm pretty sure. I mean, again, don't ever take anything I say too seriously on this podcast because I'm not 100% sure on anything. But this blue bottle that we had in our second episode is their 4-grain straight. And O'Begley's has their bourbon that they have, which I'll talk on a little bit. And I also want to reach out to the O'Begley's distillery to have them let us have or buy a bottle from them and talk about their history too, because it's actually very interesting.
Yeah.
Because they started and they're fully on the Irish train. I'm pretty sure their family farm started in Ireland and they just took some of the things over here. Sorry, I'm sidebarring, and I want to have them on because this seems like a very interesting story from them. But their whiskey that they have, which I'll touch on in just a little bit, is their small batch pot still whiskey, which maps to the Irish style ale or Irish style whiskey that is featured in this collaboration.
I feel like when we walk into that place, I'm just gonna start crying because I'll feel like I'm home.
Yeah.
And
It is really cool.
I want to go.
I looked at some of the information online, and they have like all of their motors in the company, like the motors that are powering these single batch processes, are taken from like historic sites around the area that were decommissioned or something. It looks really sick. Like, we really have to go.
Yeah, we will.
I'll contact them.
Perfect.
All right. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah.
Go for it.
So for the taste, it's a sweet malt as the initial. Mm-hmm. It's a subtle oak and spice undertone with honey and vanilla at first and then oak and vanilla at the end.
Yeah.
And I don't even think there's a beginning, middle, or end portion to this. It's everything at once, and it is super good.
Yeah. Absolutely. We have to get some of these taste profiles from the actual distillery, because if we were to sit down and talk about it, it's really subjective to you and I. Like, you might taste something different than what I might, but this is what the distillery planned on having within here. So we at least want to touch on it, and then you and I touch on what we feel in the actual very high-class whiteboard that we have up here.
Extremely.
Yeah, we talk about our flavor profile that we're getting, but that's exactly what the distillery wanted us to taste. And you're right. I think that it all just molded into one taste, which is great.
Yeah, I like it.
So, really quick, just wanted to give a little bit of an intro on O'Begley's Distillery. So, they were founded in 2011. Again, they have a very colorful history, which I want the head distiller on the episode really bad. So, we'll have to plan that. They do a small batch pot still process, which really is the style of making whiskey in one distillery from both mixed mash that are both malted and unmalted barley in one single pot still. So, you have this pot still process, which is known for making small batches or one batches at a time. And you have the more traditional, which is a column still process, which is more of a continuous process that can make many batches at a time. So that's really the difference between a distillery that is pumping out a lot under a continuous column still process and a distillery that is pumping out small batches. Maybe some whiskey people believe that a small batch process like this pot still process is more true to what the whiskey was originally tended to be tasted like. But that's where this distillery makes their name, is with this small batch process. So really, I know I said this a couple times, but we really want to have them on to talk about it. So we'll tag them in this video. Anyone that knows, if anyone knows people that work there, let us know. Get us in contact with these people because they have a great story. We want to share it.
For sure.
They're in Pittsford, New York, too, I believe. So it's right around Rochester. So it wouldn't be too far of a drive if you and I went out there.
Not at all.
I mean, we might get killed again, but it's fine.
We'll see who else is driving on the road.
Yeah.
We should be all right, though.
Yeah.
Bunch of animals out there.
Right.